If you're watching this, this means that I'm dead. But it's okay, because you're watching this. You get to hear your father's last thoughts. But to explain it to you from my own mouth, I am a Marine and an astronaut. And as such, I have an obligation and a duty to preserve the lives of the men and women in my country, and in this case, the world. Now, if you're watching this, that also means that our mission was a success, and we were able to repel the invaders. The boys at NASA have been kind enough to allow me to leave, well, not the confines of this room with its bare white walls. I have a window, but I think it's just put there for psychological effects, because when you look out of it, you can only see the other side of the warehouse walls where I'm housed. But they have been kind enough to allow me to leave you a time capsule of sorts. Now, if everything works out, and if NASA and the Marine Corps keeps their word, you should receive these items by the time you're my age. And yes, I did get to hold you. In fact, if you go by the date of me recording this, you're about 6 months old. A healthy baby boy. Big boy. Out of all your siblings, you were the one that came out 9 pounds and 3 ounces. That's big compared to your older brothers and sisters. I chose to leave this video and this subsequent time capsule to you because I'm hoping that you will be the one who doesn't expire, isn't dead, because, well, I'll let your mother explain all of that. But I have here a time capsule for you. I'm going to place within the time capsule some things that I want you to have. Things that connect you to me. Things that hopefully remind you of me. Things that I want to say define me, but just little things. You should get an envelope packet with this. That'll explain all the excuse me. That should explain all of the financial obligations and settle any financial things that need to be settled. But going to put some things in this capsule, and things that I probably won't get to share with you. Things that I definitely won't get to share with you throughout your life. The first thing is this. By the time you're old enough to use one of these, I won't be there to show you how, but this sort of makes up for what I won't be able to do. This is a razor. It's a disposable razor, and it's for shaving. Yeah, like I said, I know you're probably well into your 30s, but just something if I had the opportunity, I would want to share with you and teach you how to shave. But just to say I did, you never want to shave against the grain. You shave with the grain as the hair grows out. You don't want to press too hard because, as you can see, my skin is damaged from years of incorrect shaving. So I'm trying to show you the right way. But you'll probably already figure this out. So this goes in the time capsule. Also, I'm giving you my shaving cream. I guess this will be old-fashioned by the time you get it. But it's a shaving cream, and I'm giving it to you. I'm putting it in the capsule anyway because I want you to know exactly what I had, even though by the time you get to see this video and open this capsule, you would have already had something better to use. The directions are pretty straightforward. Wash face with warm water, leave wet, shake can, and hold upright. So you gotta shake the can really good. And then you gotta hold it like this. And a nice foam should come out. You just rub it on your wet face and you shave it. Okay, so you can have the rest of this. Now, here's something that your mother would want you to have. It's just a little journal. I know, dude, it has butterflies on it. Like I said, this is from your mother. Your mother likes butterflies, and when she was a little girl, she was kind of a tomboy. But I guess you don't have to be a tomboy to collect bugs. She was quite the entomologist. But she and I shared the same passion, which is we like to write. We like to write and record our thoughts. I got away from writing with a pen and paper, and I started using a laptop, and so a lot of my thoughts are no longer in book form. A lot of them are digitized. So I'll leave in the time capsule many of my writings, finished or not, on a flash drive for you. Hopefully you'll still have the technology around and you'll be able to read some of this, I guess, ancient technology. It's new to me, but by the time you get it, it'll be old. But I want you to read it anyway. And I want you to use this. Write down your thoughts. Because this medium doesn't die. It can be burned. It can get wet and be dissolved. But if there's, say, an EMP blast, this will last. And even today, in my day and age, a lot of our lives are digitized. And we can lose it all with one good EMP blast. Software gets old, it wears out, it stops working, hardware that is. And so, I guess your mother had the right idea to keep writing down her thoughts in hard books. It gets kind of difficult to carry around when you move from place to place, but the thoughts are preserved. So, this is going into the time capsule. Also, my last writings are in here. I'm putting this in the time capsule as well, and I have some inspirational stuff in here that you can read later on, so that you will know where my mindset was and what I wanted to do. And I already have some things written down so that you can see just different thoughts, different ideas, information that I wanted to share. So just read them so you'll kind of get a feel for who I am and how I was. Because I don't know what stories will be passed down to you about me, but at least this way you get to read my thoughts for yourself as I've recorded them. So the hearsay can be whatever it is, but this way you get to hear my thoughts. And that's definitely going into the time capsule. Also, your dad has never been a fashion icon, as you can tell by the clothing I'm wearing. I suppose NASA will store my clothing. You may get that, you may not, I don't know. But because I want you to have it, I'm giving you one of my hats. One of my favorite hats. Sure, I'm wearing this one, but I don't know what the style would be when you're hearing this, watching this. So there you go. This is for you, buddy. Because I want you to have a little that's for you. Hopefully, the styles don't change too much. Also, it is said that pictures are worth 1,000 words. So, something else I'm leaving in the time capsule. This book, it doesn't define my life, but it kind of shows you me. And there's different pictures in here of me. Different pictures I've taken. And also, it has a picture of Grandma and me. So you'll get to see who my mother is, your grandmother, and if you're lucky, you'll have my good looks. But anyway, this is also going into the time capsule. In addition to that, I also have my personal picture book. Now, even though your mother and I haven't lived together for a few years, things happen. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you'll understand, maybe you won't. But after we moved out, after we separated, there was a fire that burned down her house. It was an electrical fire. It wasn't me, but I was there to help her recover. In fact, I bequeathed her my house now that I'm going upon this mission to save mankind. But she lost a lot of solid pictures. Like I said, in our day, we began to digitize things, and I have no idea how far digitizing things has gone by the time you're watching this. But before we began to digitize things, we had pictures. We had solid, hard pictures. These are pictures of me and friends. These are the pictures that I took with me that your mother doesn't have, so they didn't get caught in the fire. So they're preserved right here. Pictures of me, pictures of my relatives. And don't worry, I have all their information written on the backs of the picture, so you'll be able to know who is who. And if some of these relatives are alive, you should do your due diligence to go see them. You should reconnect. You should connect with your family. So, this is going into the time capsule. Now, something that I'm leaving in the time capsule. You may have the medium to play it, you may not. But these are games that I found interesting and I would have loved to share with you. You see, my generation, from the time we were children, we've always had video games. And we've always had video game consoles, and we've always been computer literate to whatever degree. And even as an adult, I found playing video games to be relaxing, and we even had a medium to where I could connect with my friends even though they were scattered across the globe. And one of it's a war game, but like I say, I'm a Marine, so this appeals to me. It's what is known as a first-person shooter, meaning you don't see the person, you just see the gun and or the reticle. And I found it interesting. I don't know what kind of games you guys will have in the future. I don't know if you'll even be playing games, but this is something from my generation, from my life, that I wanted to share with you. So, there you go. Also, there's one more thing I want to share with you. A couple of years before I was born, there was a war called Vietnam, and during that time, the movie industry kind of reflected what the world was experiencing, and it had a certain outlook. Well, there was a visionary director who wrote and directed a movie, and the movie was so different from what people had seen before, and as such, not only did he expect to not make much money from it, that he decided that he would give all the money to his lenders, but he would retain certain rights, such as merchandising rights, if action figures or toys should be made from the movie. Well, it turns out his movie was a hit. It launched the actors into fame that would last throughout the rest of their lives. And I watched it as a kid, and even into my adulthood, I was still interested in it, even now. So, the movie was called Star Wars, and not only did they make the movie, but they also made what is known as the extended universe, which includes books on the different characters, comic books, and video games. So, what I am leaving with you is one of those books. Star Wars endured my lifetime, and who knows, maybe it'll endure far enough that you'll get to experience it. But I want to share this book with you that's going into the time capsule. Also, one of the games that I used to play is Star Wars themed. I think you'll find it interesting. Most boys do. Girls do too. But most boys do, because we're visually stimulated. So this is also going into the time capsule, and I want you to enjoy it. Also, there's one last thing that I'm putting into the time capsule. I won't need it anymore. And it is this. This is my PDA, my personal digital assistant. It's called a Samsung Galaxy Android Pad. On it, you'll find I have pictures, more pictures, but in a digital format, and you will get to enjoy them for yourself. This is new technology to us, but to you it'll be old hat. But I at least, and if you have the means to turn it on and to work it, and if it can survive its time in the time capsule, I want you to enjoy it and have fun with it. So that's it. We're set to launch in about 48 hours. So my other partners, the other pilots, they're basically in their rooms doing the same thing right now. And I don't know. I guess I should apologize. I guess I should say that I'm sorry because I won't be there for you. I won't get to watch you grow up. I won't get to give you advice about girls. I won't get to teach you how to ride a bicycle. I won't get to teach you these things. And I'm sorry. But you must understand, the fate of the world is at hand. If I don't do my duty, then the world is doomed. But I want you to know that. I want you to know that your dad is a good man. I want you to know that even though things didn't work out between your mother and I, that I still love her, even to this day. And I will always love you. I imagined you growing up to be a good man, honest man, a man that's dependable, trustworthy, godly. These are my hopes for you. Just because I'm leaving this to you doesn't mean I love you more than your brothers and your sisters. It's just that I want you to bring them together. I want you to be that one that shows everyone that they can be better, and that they should love each other, and that they should trust each other. Hopefully growing up without me there doesn't hinder you. Hopefully whoever raises you isn't an idiot. If it is who I think it is, then I want you to be good for him. I know him. Steve is a good guy. He's a smart guy. But at the end of the day, he's not your father. I am. And I wish I could be there for you, but what I'm doing here will ensure that you and Steve and your mother and your brothers and your sisters and a family in China and families in Russia and families in Africa and in England, they'll get to see another day. They'll get to tell children of their own about the time that life was always almost extinguished on this earth. And hopefully, if we're successful, they'll get to do just that. So, be strong, be brave, be vigilant, do your homework, go to bed early, exercise, eat right, and love people. I know they're confused. I know they get angry, they misunderstand, but love them anyway, because that's what this world needs. My parents needed it, their parents needed it, and I needed it, and I know your generation is going to need it too. Patience, love, courage, and hope. If you can keep those things tied together with faith, then there's nothing your generation can't survive. You remember that? Okay. I hate to turn the camera off because that'll be it. But I know that I can't let this thing play out forever. So, my boy, I bid you adieu. Be good. This is your father, Colonel Observer, smiling, signing out.